Health authorities in Beijing are continuing to impose strict lockdown measures as part of China's zero-COVID strategy. Schools in the capital are closed, forcing students back into remote learning as mass testing is underway across the city.
Beijing is fortifying its defences, building barriers to try and keep COVID out or keep the people who might spread it locked in. Some 20 million people have been tested 3 times this week to try and get an accurate picture of the outbreak. Any positive cases are taken to quarantine and their residential compounds sealed off.
This is what Beijing is hoping will continue to work. Rather than locking the whole city down, picking off compound by compound. It is a salami slicing approach rather than putting the whole city into lockdown.
Schools have closed, live entertainment venues have been ordered to shut, employees told to work from home, all in an effort to try and prevent the full lockdown imposed on the 26 million people of Shanghai. Beijingers are convinced the same mistake won't be made twice.
Beijing will not be locked down, absolutely. Beijing is the capital. It won't be like Shanghai. Shanghai is an accident.
Beijing won't be like Shanghai. It shouldn't be, because it's Beijing, and Beijing people are quite disciplined.
Shanghai residents thought much the same too, until they were locked in their homes. This was a protest there last night, people banging their pots and pans, demanding more supplies. According to the government, though, this is not people spontaneously venting their anger. This loudspeaker says the protest has been provoked by so-called foreign forces and warns them to stop.
We've been in lockdown for 5 weeks now. We were told we were going to go in for 5 days. But then
Scott McLaughlin lives in Shanghai and is worried that after more than a month of lockdown, he and his fiancée will be taken to a makeshift stadium quarantine centre after she tested positive on a lateral flow test.
Our biggest fear is going to one of the stadiums, and some of them look bad, whereas some of them look really terrible. We've seen stadiums with leaky roofs, and we just don't want to go through that situation.
Case numbers have slowly been dropping in Shanghai. They hope that this miserable lockdown may come to an end. In Beijing, some worry it's about to begin. Tom Cheshire, Sky News, Beijing.